Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you've got this mountain of information, maybe articles, reports, research on Power BI.
Yeah, lots out there.
Exactly. And you just wish someone could kind of pull out the really important bits for you.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what we're doing today. We're diving deep into Power BI, this tool that helps make sense of data. You shared some great stuff on it, and we're here to extract those, key insights.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, is how Power BI takes really complex data, sometimes messy data, and makes it understandable for pretty much everyone.
Right.
So we'll unpack what it is, how it works, and maybe why it's become such a standard tool for so many places.
Okay, so let's start right there. First things first, what is Power BI fundamentally?
At its core, Power BI is a business analytics tool. Microsoft makes it.
Okay.
Its main purpose is really to help you visualize your data and then share those insights across your company or, even embed them directly into an app or a website people are already using.
Embed them. Interesting. So it sounds like it's more than just like one program. What are the key pieces that make up this whole ecosystem?
Yeah, you can think of it maybe as a suite, a toolkit.
Okay.
The main parts are Power BI Desktop. That's the Windows app where you design and build your reports. That's where the heavy lifting happens initially.
Got it. Desktop for building.
Right. Then there's the Power BI service. That's the online cloud platform.
Ah, the cloud part.
Exactly. That's where you publish the reports you built, share them, collaborate. There's also Power BI Mobile, for checking dashboards on your phone or tablet.
On the go. Makes sense.
And Power BI Gateway, that's important for connecting to data that's still on your company servers, not in the cloud.
Right, the on-premise stuff.
Yeah, it keeps it connected. And there's also Power BI Report Server if you want to host everything yourself on-premise.
Okay, quite a few components. Now, here's where I think it gets really interesting for analysis. Let's talk DAX.
Ah, DAX.
What is DAX in Power BI, and why does it seem so, essential?
DAX is data analysis expressions. Basically, it's the formula language inside Power BI.
Like Excel formulas, but different.
Kind of, but way more powerful for data models. Think of it as the brain, behind the visuals. It lets you do advanced calculations, things like SU, I'm sure, but also complex stuff like calculate and filter functions that work across your whole data model. It's how you get beyond just showing raw numbers.
Okay, the brain. Got it. Now, something that often confuses people, dashboards versus reports. What's the quick difference?
Yeah, absolutely. Good question. A dashboard is typically like a one-page summary.
A snapshot.
Exactly. Often showing real-time or near real-time data, and it's usually read-only, meant for quick monitoring. A report, though, that can have multiple pages.
More depth.
Right. Much more interactive, more complex, lets you drill down, slice and dice the data, really explore things.
Okay, that clarifies it. So what kind of data can Power BI actually connect to? Are we stuck with just Microsoft products?
Oh, no, that's a great question. And definitely not. Power BI is incredibly versatile there. Yeah, it connects to a huge range of data sources. I mean, simple stuff like Excel files, CSVs, JSON.
The basics.
Right. But also complex databases like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL. Lots of those. And cloud services too, SharePoint, Azure, obviously, but also Google Analytics, Salesforce, other APIs, even just data from web pages sometimes.
Wow. Okay, so pretty much anything.
Almost, yeah. It's very flexible.
But wait, before we even think about visualizing all that data, it often needs cleaning up, right? What's Power Query's role here?
Power Query, it's essential for exactly that. It's the data preparation engine.
So before the analysis.
Yes, absolutely. It helps you connect, clean, transform, and reshape your data before it even gets loaded into the Power BI model for analysis. It handles all the messy stuff.
Does it have its own language or something?
It does, yeah. It uses a language called M. And it's incredibly powerful for automating those data transformations. You set up the steps once, and it just runs them every time the data refreshes.
Okay, so Power Query cleans it, M language automates it. Then, once the data is clean and in the report, how do we let users, interact with it, filter it easily?
Right, that's where something called a slicer comes in.
A slicer.
Yeah, it's basically a visual filter on the report page. It could be a drop-down list or checkboxes, maybe a date range slider. Users click on it and it filters all the visuals on that page instantly. Makes the reports really interactive for the end user.
Nice. Okay, and one more key concept. Often data isn't just in one big table, right? It's in different related tables. How does Power BI handle that? What are relationships?
Relationships are fundamental. They define how different tables in your data model are connected.
Like linking customers to their orders.
Exactly like that, usually through common columns, like a customer ID, a primary key in one table, a foreign key in another. Power BI uses these relationships to understand how to combine data from multiple tables correctly when you're doing calculations or visualizations. It supports different types, like one-to-many, many-to-one, even many-to-many now. You need good relationships for a solid model.
Makes sense. And last technical bit, security.
Mm.
How does Power BI make sure, say, a sales manager only sees their own team's data?
That's handled by row-level security.
RLS.
RLS.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a way to restrict data access for specific users based on their role or login. You basically define rules using DAX filters that say, if this user logs in, only show them rows where the region column equals north, for example. So everyone might look at the same report, but they only see the data they're authorized to see.
Very important for security and compliance.
Absolutely critical in many organizations.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've kind of scratched the surface, maybe a bit more than scratched, of Power BI. But hopefully, you see how it takes that raw data and turns it into insights you can actually use, making complex stuff accessible, interactive.
Yeah, it really is about empowering users, not just to see data points, but to genuinely understand what they mean and how those insights can drive better decisions. It's about moving from data to action.
Right. Our mission was to give you that shortcut, that distilled view, and we hope this deep dive helped clarify things. So maybe a final thought to leave you with. How could Power BI, thinking about these components like DAX, Power Query, RLS, how could it transform the way you interact with information in your own work or even life? Something to ponder.